Hello folks, today I am dealing with our topic of current electricity concept actually. The concept says that when we have a circuit like this, if we have a circuit like this and we have two resistors like this, so this stands for resistor like this, what people often assume is that the current here is slightly high, it is slightly less here and it is slightly less here. What they assume is the current here is high, slightly less. If I say what's the reason, they say that it's a resistor, so it blocks some charges, that's why the charges here should be less. Again, it blocks some charges, so that's why the charges here should be less, so that's why current should be less. That's what they say. But in reality, the current is same everywhere. So this should be I, this should be I, and this should also be I. So why is that? So to understand that, we have to know that current is the rate of flow of charge, and charge is carried by particles, charge bearing particles. In most cases it is the particles, however in some cases it could be holes as well, spaces in semiconductors. Phonons also they call as, phonons also are something that they are not particles but they can carry charge. So here they are carried by particles, and it depends on the number of particles, number of charge bearing particles, and it is very much evident from the formula I is equal to EVAN, which often leads to the formula for this drift speed, V equal to I by NEA. Like that. So according to that, I depends on this, E is a constant, V is the speed of charges, A is the cross section available, and N is the number density, or we can call it as free electron density, which is the amount of free electrons present in a certain unit volume. Now what happens is, let me say 5 charge bearing particles come out of here. If I have the logic that the current here is less, it should be 4. If I say that current here is even less, it should be 3. So this 3 comes here. Now the same thing has to be energized and it should come from here. Then it must it will be 3, it might be 2, it might be 1. So then if that 1 comes from here, then is it 0? No, that's not true. Current does not decrease like that. So what happens is, it gives 5 charges, 5 charge bearing particles, and the number of charge bearing particles entering here should also be equal to 5 if it has to maintain all the current till the time that we switch on this thing. Now what happens is, if it is 5 here and 4 here, where has that one charge bearing particle gone? If I say 4 here and 3 here, where has that charge bearing particle gone? So does it store charge? No, it is a resistor simply. A resistor is a conductor which has got very high opposing capacity. A resistor is a conductor with a high opposing capacity. So it doesn't block things, it doesn't store something in itself. So that's why if it is 5 here, it must also be 5 here. If it is 5 here, it must also be 5 here. So this 5 returns here. So the same 5 particles are energized here. So from here to here, energy is same. Here there is some loss of energy. Here to here, energy is same. Loss of energy or use of energy in some other works, then again same energy here. So actually it is the energy that gets less. After passing through the resistor, it is the energy that decreases, not the number of particles. So number of particles remain same, energy decreases. So here some work is done, energy decreases. Some work is done, energy decreases. And what happens here? It is energized by the source, or by, let us say, if it is battery, it is energized by the chemical reaction there, chemical action, ionic actions there. If it is a photovoltaic cell, it is energized by the energy of the electrons coming, energy of the photons coming from light, or let us say energy. So that's why energized here. So work done here, work done here. So the energy here is equal to the sum of the works done here, and that's why we often use the formula, this E is equal to sum of the potential differences, which is also a law, Kirchhoff's second law we call it as. So that's why the current through every path here should be same. Now, if we have a branch, let us say the current coming here, we have got two branches like this, like this. Now, what should happen is the current coming from here should be equal to the sum of currents I1 and I2. Again, it is about the number of particles. If it is not equal, then where have they gone? Let us say if I say I is more and I1, I2 is less, then where has the remaining current gone? Where are the remaining particles gone? Isn't that? So that's why this also follows from the same concept. So one concept leads to another, So from now onwards, we have to be aware that the current through every part of this path is same. It is often like this. Let me give an example. There is a certain police chase going on, and it's a highway. Let us say, if the police here get information that a certain criminal is coming from this path, they will wait over here. Why do they wait over there? Because there is only one path available here. There are no other paths. If there are other roads here, they won't be waiting there. They will be coming to wait here. It's because the path is same. If the path is bifurcated, yes, they do some other plans. Otherwise, they will wait along that path. So here also, we have the single path. Single path means that the charge coming from here has to pass through here. It has to pass through here. It has to pass through here. It has to pass through here. So number should be same. There can't be any loss or there can't be any additions because there are no other paths. So when they have path, yes, it can reduce here, remaining going here, or if it goes like this, it can add up and form the final current, but here it is not possible. Current should be same. So from now onwards, we have to be confident about this fact.